What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. It's your girl Meelah Mahassan in the building. Welcome to the industry. How your Wednesday going? I hope it's going well. Mine is going beautiful thus far. Just to let you know, you guys can check us out every Wednesday from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you're on the West Coast where I'm from, you can check us out from 6 to 7 p.m. How's everyone doing? We have a great show for you guys today. We have two up and coming artists that'll be with us for the first half of our show. Uh, One name is Honesty, and the other name is Goonie Marley. So we're excited to have the fellas on with us. But for the second half of our show, we have a special guest. I watched her as a kid. She played Roxy on the on One Life to Live. She was one of my favorite characters. Her name is Ilene Kristen, and we are happy to have her. She's an artist and she's an actress, and we are just so excited that we'll be interviewing her for the second half of our show. So, without any further ado, I think we're going to try to hop into the show so you guys can meet the fellas and get a chance to talk to them. We have Honesty on the screen.
Hey, how
Hey,
y'all doing? Honesty, the prodigy
how you
on all
doing?
social media. BMHR Honesty.
All right. Tell
Thank
us
you
where
for
you're
having me,
from.
Meelah.
Oh man, thank you for showing up and coming to talk with us so you can let us know a little bit about you. Not even a little bit, a lot of bit about you.
Well, I guess,
So how you doing today?
man, shoot, I ain't quit my day job yet. That's one thing, but I'm all
Look,
right.
hey,
At the
you got to
studio
get that
now.
money. Oh, you at the studio?
Yeah, that's what the music was in the background. I had to step to the
Okay.
office real quick.
So
I
you in
don't
the
stop
middle of
working.
creation. You in the middle of creating some things.
Uh huh.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Tell everybody where you're from, and you know, just tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm the epitome of an African American. My father's West African. My mom is a Jersey girl, where I was born
Okay.
and raised. And then, guess around middle school, I went to Houston, and that's where I got a little bit of my twang from, and my ability to swing on the beat, so to
Okay.
speak. And now I'm up here in Dallas, the North Texas area. Went to UNT. I've pretty much been in music my whole life. My father played about six instruments by ear,
Mm,
and I finally picked up the saxophone, so that'll be my sixth instrument. But I know a little bit about music theory, and I don't know. My music comes from from the soul. That's what honesty means. I'm honest to E. I'm honest with myself. So
okay.
I would hope people can relate. I try to let it's like an escape for me. I let my pain go whenever I'm making a beat, or I take my poetry and somehow formulate it into a song. But
Okay.
I don't know. It's not much different about me. I kind of hate talking about myself.
I don't know. You
But
got to
yeah,
talk about yourself because we need to know who you are so we could go out there and listen to this music that you got. I know I listened to one of your songs. I was telling you before we got on. I was like, okay, the beat is vibey, and then just the words of the song is real cool. Tell us a little bit about the songs that you have. Like, tell us your favorite song first, and then
uh,
that you have. Do you have a favorite song that
I,
you have? Put
damn.
out that's like your favorite? I know it's
I
hard
think
as an
cancer
artist, but just
thoughts.
tell us.
I think Cancer Thoughts, the Gemini answer, that would be one of my
Okay.
favorites because it's like I feel like every artist have their theme song, and that song is like more me than anything. I'm trapped in my mind. I love people, but I hate people. I think I know why. My pain and my happiness cannot coincide. I say that I'm fine, but I'm dying inside. Like that
That's
that song
I
just
like that.
speaks. I speak to myself when I'm making music, so I think Cancer Thoughts is Gemini. I just released it on one of my last albums, From Paris with Love. I went to France to see my family, my father. He a French
Okay.
African, by the way. I think I left that part out. So I spent a lot of
Okay.
time in France growing up. So I speak two languages, French and English. And on that album, I'm actually rapping half of it in French. So for like every verse, I have a French response. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
To kind of reach them. So Cancer
Very
Thoughts,
intriguing.
actually, the only track that I didn't speak French on. You know what I mean? Because that's the track that I made when I landed back in America. You know, you see your friends, you know, they turn to foes, and the faithful, they become hoes. So it's just, you know, I just had to let that go. That's why it's my favorite song because it has the most emotion. You know what I'm saying? It's the most me out of all the songs I got. I feel like that's like my number one. Like I could put my all in that, even in the production, because I pretty much produce everything.
Oh, so you just involved in everything, and
Yeah,
so you write, produce, and
mix and master
you
other
missed it. I was about
artists.
to say you just do the whole thing.
I embody music. I'm like an
That's
embodiment.
what
You know what I
that's
mean?
what's up. That's the most important thing is to love what you're doing. You know,
Hmm.
some people just pick it up just to, because they know it's popular, but when you really love it, it comes across a little bit more authentic.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I want you to tell us because I don't think you slid by with what you said. You speak two languages, but then you also said I heard six of what you hold on. I
Instruments.
got six instruments. Tell me the six instruments because I think you tried to slide that in, but I
Yeah, man.
heard it. I heard you said my pops, and then you said and I also. So I heard the
uh,
saxophone, but I need to hear like what else you play?
my number one is guitar. I prefer to play electric, but you know, electric
Okay.
acoustic. Piano. I've been picking that up like heavily actually. Saxophone, harmonica. I've picked up a
Okay.
trumpet. I won't necessarily say I can play it, but I can. A guitarrón. That's like a Spanish bass guitar.
I
I
just was
moved to
about to
Texas and was
ask.
in the mariachi band. That's a long story. I'll probably never put on a sombrero again. um, dang, I'm forgetting one. Dang. What
That was about
what is
five
it
or
called?
six.
Like a
Was it?
harpsichord. I'm sorry, a harpsichord.
What is
Yeah,
that?
because it's like a little. I'm sorry, xylophone and a harpsichord is like a stringed. It's like a guitar and a piano mix, almost like an
Mm.
accordion, I believe.
Is that what
Yeah,
Stevie Wonder plays?
I don't know, but I'm sure he could play it. Like I ain't gonna. Stevie Wonder got some skills, but yeah, it's just I don't know. Pretty much is all. Once you pick up one instrument, you can pretty much play them all. Once you pick up the saxophone, then you could play the recorder. I started off on the recorder.
I
You know what
don't
I
know
mean?
because I used to play the flute and I'm not good at no other instruments. I can't.
What?
So I don't know. And maybe because I after a while I did it for like
Mhm.
2 3 years, mm, but I love the fact that you are so well rounded. Excuse me for stuttering with your instruments and just with your whole little talent. It's fly.
Mhm.
That's fly. So
Yeah, I'm one of
tell
them
us,
kids. Got to touch everything. You know? Ooh, I
when
can
did
play
you
that.
find out though that you was really that your love for music was so deep that you just had to do it, and that you just like what age did
Hmm.
you just really like this is what I'm doing?
Man, I would say 20, 23, 24. Because
Okay.
that's when I made the decision to pretty much go into the music business, start recording artists, and learning how to do it myself. Because again, I've always kind of played music my whole life, so I always loved to do it. But as a career choice, I would say like 23 because I went back to Houston and I just found myself at a showcase. They're like, "Hey, are you a singer? Are you a manager?" And it's just my life just kept falling into a situation where people are performing. I did stage
Mm-hmm.
acting in high school and college, and they made us do a musical. And people was like, "You got a really good voice," and I'm like, "I don't know," you know what I mean? But I would say about 23, 24, I finally made the decision. Like, all right, I'm gonna do it.
Sounds good. And we're happy that you decided to go ahead and pursue because, like I said, what I've heard, and I know I have much more to hear, and just by the little rhymes that you were just kicking, I peeped it up. I'm liking what I hear. So I wanted to ask you also if you had a chance to perform with any artist that's
Hmm.
past or present. Who would
Man,
that be, and why?
man, rest in peace. But Michael Jackson, man, I don't know. Is
That's a good one.
he the reason why I like music and performing? He just let everything go on stage. I used to always dance in front of the TV when my godmother would tell me. So past, I would say Michael Jackson. May he rest
That's
in
a good
peace.
one.
Now, man, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of want to say Beyonce just because I'm a stage actor. I always want to
It's okay to
upstage
say
somebody,
B.
somebody who embodies like stage presence.
That
I want to
stage
be
presence,
for them.
yeah.
So
She
the
has it.
next,
Her, Chris Brown, they the two. But
but I
yeah,
know
she
Chris
can.
Brown can outdance me. You know what I'm saying? My hair a little longer than Beyonce's. You know, I let it
She
fly.
might be able to outdance you too, though. Don't get at her like don't get at me like that. Don't get at me like
Uh,
that. I like those two answers. B is one of my favorites. My fellow Virgo, so I definitely love her, but I love her music as well. It's very talented, crazy, crazy on
most
stage.
definitely.
Is there any artist that you have been able to go and see in concert that you was just like, oh my God, I finally got to see this person, or have you not yet gotten to do that yet?
I have is actually the only, well, not the only one at this point, but J. Cole. It was the first music concert I ever been to, and he had came to my
Okay.
school, UNT, and I was so souped and I was so excited to go see him. Everybody was running to shake his hand. I was like, I'll do it later when I'm signing the deal because I want to, you know, I like Dreamville, the whole organization. I saw Kaz when he started and Boz, and I seen J Cole about three more times after that.
Is that right?
Uh huh.
He, I
So
like J. Cole. I like him. I haven't seen him in concert. I haven't seen a lot of rappers in concert, but J. Cole is definitely one to be listening to. So I
yes.
wanted you to tell us also where we can find your music, and uh, do you have any videos we can look at, or are you looking forward to making any? Tell us a little bit more about your music because I want people to go and check you out.
Okay, most definitely. Well, first off, you can Google Honesty on all platforms. You got Honesty, Honest, big E. It might pop up as a little E sometimes, but on Apple Music, Spotify, my top songs are Cancer Thoughts, Amor de Boom Boom, which means Candy Love, and Get to You seems to be everyone's favorite.
I
Uh,
like that one.
I just want to get to
To
you.
you,
Ain't no
yes, that
mountain high
yeah.
enough. Ain't no.
I've
I
been
feel like
playing it all
everybody can
day.
relate.
I've been playing that one
Mhm.
all day. I haven't even been able to get to the other ones because I was like, let me go in the corner and let me listen to it, and I just kept it on. It's really vibey. I love it. So
I
that's why I said
appreciate that.
I'm so juiced that go listen to some more of your music. And not only that, just talking to you is making me want to go listen to it because I know that you really
Yes,
are
man.
serious. This is really your heart, your baby. You know, this is
Passion.
something because you in the studio right now. When I called you, I heard music, so I know that this is your
Yeah.
passion. Do you have any advice for any of the up and coming artists that are trying to get to where you are at and where you're even trying to get to with the music? What advice can you lend to them so they can just keep doing what they're doing and not be discouraged because it gets hard?
Um, Definitely keep working and stay open to criticism. The good critique, the bad critique, take it
Hmm.
all in. Adhere to all of it, but don't lose yourself. Don't ever make music trying to please someone else. At the end of the day, you got to put you out there, and that's what you selling. So music is an outlet. I'm big on mental health. Keep pushing. Like that's the best
Hmm.
advice I can get you. Build you a relationship with your engineers and keep pushing. If you are the engineer, keep working, keep learning. The moment you think you learned it all, you dead. So, that's the best
Y'all
advice.
heard that? Y'all better listen to Honesty. Tell them because that was some real honest spiel for them.
I
So
know that I know
I
nothing.
listen. Only thing we can do is take advice from those who are already doing it, who's already done it before us, and be wise enough to listen. Sometimes we like to do things on our own, but the things that you just said was excellent. I'm even gonna take what you said and follow through with it. So tell me, do you have any kids, and if you do they love music just as much as you? Or tell us, get a little
I treat
personal
my
with you
brother's
for a
kids like
second.
they one of my own. Now I love my niece and nephew.
So
Actually,
you
shout
Uncle
out
Daddy.
Meelah and Makai Mustafa Chowdhury.
Okay.
Them my little minions. When if they not
Okay.
dancing to a track I got, I don't think it's good enough. Cause them little kids, they love dancing. But now I
Kids
don't
will
have
tell
any
you the
kids of my
truth.
own. One of my songs that said that I'm thanking God I made it to 26 with no kids. I'm 28 now, so 2 more years.
You
But
pushing you push it for 30. You don't want them till you get a little older.
yeah, you know
How
what
to
I mean? Or a little bit more established. I think every guy kind of want that. Like, I don't want
mm-hmm.
nobody to say you don't take care of your kids. I'll be damned. You know what I mean? I'm taking care of mine. I'm a family oriented.
Well, it's
You know.
cool. You Uncle Daddy. That's what we call him out when you and you kind of dad too. You do both help the parents out with their kids. So it's cool. I'm
Hmm.
sure they love you. And like I said, kids are the most honest people in the world.
Most
They will
definitely.
definitely tell you if they like something or if they don't. So if the kids are giving you the two thumbs up, we think
Right.
you got
Two
some hits
thumbs
on
up.
your like two thumbs up. You got a hit on your head. So tell us, do you do any showcases out there in Texas, or do you just mainly just work out the studio and then push?
Um, as of 2020, BC, AC, before Corona, after Corona.
I'm
That's I'm gonna speak
gonna
on
have to
before
use
Corona
that.
first.
Look, my eyebrow went.
Right. Before Corona, we did do a lot of showcases.
Okay.
RZO Sound, that's the studio and media outlet that me and my business partner Brad Labio run out here in North
Okay.
Texas. We did a lot of showcases for our plenty of artists that come through and record, and also just little events to come. Hear your music be spun on a track by a DJ, see how people react or if they react to it.
Okay.
It's a good little option to have. As of 2020 and 2021, we kind of been laid back, only making the music. So stay tuned actually for RZO Sound next event. Next showcase you'll see is November 12th. I won't be there or hosting it, but our business partners, No Deal Productions, will. So we got good things coming in the future. All of this is a part of it. Miss Meelah as well. So this is the evening rush, and which we would like to have them there too. So yeah, stay tuned.
Y'all
Um,
heard that.
hmm But yeah, I haven't done any performances in a while. Actually, and I'm actually ready to get back out there, man.
See, you just took my next question. I was like, so you got to be ready to get back out there and get your
Oh
feet
yeah,
wet, right?
oh yeah.
So
That's
when you're,
another that's another tip for the future artists. Go perform your tracks. If no one is
mm-hmm,
hearing it, no one's gonna hear it. But you turn into a different person when you hit that stage. Like I don't
facts,
care what
bro.
nobody say. You're
It's
gonna hear
true.
these words. If you looking at your phone and I'm rapping in your face,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna pay attention to me.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
why
got.
that's why I like being on stage. I'm a hard one to upstage and I'm a hard act to go after. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna raise the bar.
I'm gonna need to come see one of these shows then,
That's why I don't mind going last. I know I'm gonna outdo everyone I seen because I
and
seen
give
what
you
they
that
can do.
energy, huh? And give you that. You feed
Hmm.
off that. I like
But
it. I
going
like
first
it.
is better. Remember that. Set the pace for the whole show.
I know that's right. So, do you have any what you working on in the studio? I'm being nosy now. Are you working
Right
on
now
something?
I
You
got.
don't, you don't gotta tell us. You don't have to give us the whole little details. I know you can't do that, but kind of give us a little bit about what you're heading to next, and you know,
Um, so when I'm working in the studio right now, I got me a couple of young artists from
okay,
this new generation, and they got a
okay,
lot of talent, and I got them on one of my tracks. But right now, I have them honing their style. I do like a little studio workshop, so I invite serious artists who got projects out, and they come and they We just make a track straight from scratch. That's what we do. I might make the beat right there on the spot in front of you, then we'll make a track straight from scratch. So in other words, I got a lot of new and modern music coming y'all way, but I still found a way to implement, the message I would like to portray. You know what I mean? I'm not about black on black crime, so to speak, and gun violence. Not that I'm against guns, but I'm against violent people with
Violent.
you know what I mean? So I try
Positivity.
not to promote that type of, music from
Music.
myself or the artists I hop on songs with. So, stay tuned. One of my favorite is Blocked. I gave my
Oh,
mind, my heart, and my soul. Pray to God these skies turn gold. Like,
I
I don't know.
like
I'm
the
excited. I
voice.
already want to go record it. But yeah.
Look, no, and I'm excited because I'm telling you, you got me wanting to hear some more of your music. So I want to also ask you. I know I got some crazy questions, but I'm trying to,
Mhm.
you know, ask the ones that I know that people might want to know about. So I wanted to ask you. This is a question I had wanted to ask you and Goonie if he had hopped on. Do you guys have any like before you go on stage? Is there any like little ritual or a little something you do like to get you all it get you ready? Is it what is it, or do you just go on there just ready because you just ready?
I mean, if I wanted to sound cool, I would definitely say that. But I actually I would say I meditate. And for those
Okay,
who are, biblical or religious like me, I speak in tongues while I meditate. I try to get my mind right, and then I might do something I learned in theater. I go in the restroom and then I do stretches. Facial stretches and the
okay,
Catherine, Queen of England, like to make sure my voice is projected because when I
okay,
perform, I want to be heard. Like I want me to be
yeah,
heard. I'm not letting my track do the talking. That's what streaming is for. So when I'm
okay.
performing, I want to make sure that uh, my vocal cords are relaxed. They're
Mm-hmm.
not restricted. That way, if
That
I am doing the song where I'm
moisture
singing, I don't, my voice doesn't crack. And if it is cracking, I don't want it to crack too much.
too much.
I make sure, I take a shot of some warm whiskey because it soothes me and mellows me out.
What's
So
your
I
favorite
might get me
one?
some
What's your
henny.
favorite whiskey?
Huh?
Which one you like? Which one you like? Which whiskey you drinking?
Favorite whiskey? Oof, that's hard.
I'm a
I
Jameson
would
drinker,
say
so
I do like Jameson. I do like Jameson.
I'll take a
Man,
shot of the
see, man, you
Jamerson
threw me
too.
off.
So yeah, I'm
But Woodford
sorry.
Reserve, just because I like that little smoky taste. But my preferred drink is a brandy. Like I would go for Cavassier or Remy Martin because I'm French,
Okay,
so it has like a wine,
little
made
taste
in
of
a
it.
wine
Okay,
barrel type of feel to it. So Remy Vsop is my go-to. But if I'm at like a little performance or something, I'm just gonna get Henny. You do anything with that.
I about to say you. Ooh, you strong
So,
for that one.
my
I
rich,
wanted.
my ritual is pretty much meditation and relaxation because all of that anxiety and nervousness, like I try to just hold it in and then
Mm-hmm.
channel it in energy when it's time to
And
perform
release it. Yep.
and just
That
release it.
it's no better way to do it than to get your meditation on or your prayer on, have your little shot. I know all about it, and then
Hmm.
just go out there and do your thing. I
Get the
wanted to
embarrassing
ask,
stuff out the way.
listen, get the
No.
little shakes and the jitters out and all the funny faces you see. I understand. I want to ask you, and I know you probably gonna be like, girl, please leave me alone. Do you remember your very first performance and what was it like?
Oh man,
I
I
know
do.
I'm messing, but I just want to
I
know.
do. It was it was it was almost, well, it was what I thought was going to be the most embarrassing moment of my life, and it actually was overwhelming because the response I got was like, "Oh, you're going to be famous. Oh, can I get your autograph?" I'm like, "Me?" They was like, "You actually sounded good." Somebody lied to me, told me I sounded better than Usher. I did a talent show in the second grade for "Let It Burn" by Usher, and that was back when my voice was really, really high pitched, and I was a big kid. So, I was supposed to have a little crew with me dancing and doing a song, and it ended up being me just by myself, and all eyes was on me. So, I started sweating nervously, and then, eventually I just did it. And then I got like a little standing ovation. We a bunch of second graders, so everybody wins. It's all right. That's how I was like, hey, it ain't so bad. I was a new kid and did
I
the
was say
talent show.
you was it was over after that, and they done created a monster.
Yep, they couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, la
Ah,
la
you are
la.
hilarious.
hmm
So
But yeah, man.
tell us what is, I know this is off the charts and probably like, why did you ask me this? But I just want to know, what is a perfect Sunday for you? Like, I know most people take a Sunday off. What is a perfect Sunday for someone who stays in the studio and has a 9 to 5 and it just doing their thing Monday through Saturday, probably because I know you try to
Right.
fit in a few performances here and there, and you working with your music and others. So I know Sunday gotta be a day you. What you do on a Sunday? Tell us what your
Man,
Sundays look like.
I ain't gonna lie, mate. You know, as you get older, you start to appreciate, the time you used to have the bull crap around and chill a lot more. But now,
Hmm.
I would say on Sunday, let's chill with my mom's, man, because she getting older at this point. It's been kind of hard moving forward. So I make sure a perfect Sunday, nobody calling me for sessions. My phone is on silent. I might, might have got my mind right early in the morning. You know what I mean? And then chilling with mom, watching one of them old movies we used to watch. I mean, we watch all the Die Hards. If she want to watch Pride and Prejudice, I'll watch that. But nah, chilling with Mom Dukes is a perfect Sunday for me now. Like that's pretty much it. She got a whole song dedicated to her. I'm a mama's boy. I'm proud
I
of
was about to say, sounds like a mama's boy. I love mama's boys. They
her.
are some of the sweetest guys out there. They pretty much know how to treat women. So I'm gonna
That's
tell
the
your
perfect
mama. I'm gonna
Sunday.
tell your mama if you ain't out here acting right. I know you got a mama that'll whoop you, so I'm gonna tell your mama on
She
you.
couldn't whoop me after the sixth grade. What? I was linebacker then.
You better stop. You better stop. So I want to ask you because I know we getting ready to close out. But if you could do magic,
hmm.
if you could do magic, I know you like this. What would you do with that magic? What magical? I'm trying to think of the word I want to use. What magical thing would you do with this magic? Like, what would you do
Man.
if you just had one day and they said, I'm giving you the power
To
do
do
what you want to
something,
do something."
change people's mind.
That's a good one.
Because I spend a lot of time like trying to get people to see
Trying to
perspectives
convince
and
people,
whatnot. I just want to make your brain sit in someone else's
see it
shoes
my
and be like,
way.
now,
Yeah,
how
like
would you get through this situation? And just
yeah.
watch people fail. I
I'm
could be
about
a little
give me
evil.
your mama number. I'm about to call and snitch on you.
Well, my mom would say the same thing. Hmm.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, but before you leave, we have
Yes,
your track with us, and it's the one I picked. And I want
okay.
you to go ahead and introduce it for the people. Let us know one more time where we can find your music, where we can find your website, your musical, anything your music is on, YouTube, Facebook, anything it's on. Let us know before we let you go and move it on to your track. And thank you so much for stopping
Thank
by
you.
and talking to me. I appreciate you and hope I see you again.
Most definitely. Thank you guys for tuning in. Honesty, the track is "Get to You." I made it at the peak of Corona, March 2020. It's mostly about, you know, even though people want to get to you, sometimes you got to create that social distance without a viral infection, of course. You know what I mean? But it's a fun song. I had a lot of fun making it. You can find all my music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube under Honesty. That's Honest space E. If it helps you find it, and thank you.
Thank
I hope
you,
y'all enjoy.
Honesty, and we appreciate you for showing up for us and showing out with the conversation. Y'all check out Honesty, and we'll be back with you in a minute.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Meelah.
Thank you. I'm about to
river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby. I just wanna get to you. I just wanna get to you. Something like a flower, up for all hours. Shorty sweet and sour, it's never mine, but always ours. And powerless cower, blossom like a daisy. You amaze me, but you drive me crazy like a Tesla. I just want you next to me, girl. You're my ecstasy. But why you keep on testing me? I just wanna get to you. You trying to get to me? Sitting there, looking like a cat, walking and moving and bouncing like that. But I back up the G's. I don't be take that racks, so I see. I be getting racks on racks, so I be working and working. Ain't got no time for me, but I make time for you, cause that's what real men do. You could be a devil and an angel too, but girl, me too. That's why ain't no mountain valley low enough. I just wanna get to you. I just wanna get to you. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby.
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
We're back, and we want to thank Honesty again for coming and showing up and telling us a little bit about his music. Hope you guys enjoyed our interview, but we have another special guest coming up right now. I said it earlier, I've watched her as a young lady. Well, I was a young girl watching One Life to Live, and I saw some of her on Rise Hope, but I saw more of her on One Life to Live. She played a character named Roxy. We have Ilene Kristen coming up, and we're going to talk with her. Hello. Straight from Brooklyn.
Yay, Brooklyn.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
It's
good.
good to have
Yeah,
you
I had to
here
get on
today.
StreamYard.
I know. We had a time getting you on, but I'm so happy that you got
I'm
on
happy to
with
be
us.
here. I got to
I,
ask you a question. I
yes,
must
ma'am.
ask you a question.
Yes,
Last
ma'am.
year, I did a play and I had nails out to here, and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't function. I couldn't put my clothing on. How do you do it?
I have been wearing my nails like this for since I was 16. And so they're a part of my hands now. If I take them off, I can't do anything.
I'm so
So it's
impressed.
been a long, low process.
I'm so impressed because I couldn't. I had to have my boyfriend like button everything and zip everything. And then I finally had this cut down because I
Call
couldn't
from
function.
We have a caller.
to
Hello,
accept,
how you
press 1.
doing?
To send a voice.
Hello, how you doing, caller? Welcome to the
Hey,
industry.
how you doing?
I'm
How
good.
you doing?
How
My
are
name is
you?
Kale. I'm new to the show, and I just
How you
want to say the
doing?
girl Meelah Manhattan is. How you doing? I just want
I'm
to say the girl
good.
Meelah Manhattan is drop dead gorgeous, and she's doing a good job. Whoever hired her needs to keep her.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Where you calling from?
Oakland, California, North Oakland to
Hey,
be exact.
I think there's somebody messing with me, y'all. I don't know. I'm from Oakland. I'm from North Oakland, but I appreciate you calling. Thank you. You want to say anything to our guests before you hop off the phone with us?
Hey man, it's good to see another black man doing good music, man. Keep up the
Oh,
good work, King.
he gone. We got another art. We got another guest now. You must. I think he
Oh,
hung up. I
bye-bye.
think this phone hung. But thank you for calling in. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. But I want to talk to you because I grew up watching you on One Life to Live,
Thank you.
and you were like one of my favorite characters. I love watching you. I can't remember who mom you were on there. Was you
I
who?
was uh now I'm forgetting my children's names. Because we weren't sure I was actually their mother. So the actress who played it was Melissa Archer, and she played. I'm gonna have to call my boyfriend to now try to remember their names.
No, I won't do you like that. I
Um,
just
but that job was such a wonderful. I did it for 10 years,
mhm.
and I got the job. I found out that I got it the day before 9/11.
Wow.
The day before, and so many strange things happened the day before. Plus the weather was really strange, and I had to wait online outside, and that's a whole long story. And then the next day I knew that I had to negotiate with them, except that I told them that I couldn't negotiate with them for another week because I would have gone back to work for free. It was such a
Mhm.
shocking turn of events. And then also, as a native New Yorker, and to be, in the center of it in a lot of
Of it.
ways, it was so sad and so terrifying. And it was interesting because I've always felt that acting is a healing gift.
Mhm.
It was my way to make people happy, to make them feel things. But at that moment, I thought, what is acting really going to mean to people after this event? But 2 weeks after the event happened, and it was so stunning, the city was it was so crazy what was going on here. But in 2 weeks, I started working, and I felt like I was out there to entertain the troops and make people feel good
Mhm.
and laugh, because the character was so funny, and it was such
See,
a great it was so great. And then at one point, they made me a hairdresser, which was like an homage to my dad.
I
Uh
was gonna say you were a hairdresser. I
My father was
remember.
a hairdresser, and they make me Foxy Roxy's beauty parlor, and it was
Mhm.
it was such a my father was like he was so honored that that was happening. So that job, I really loved it. I had done Ryan's Hope for very many years, and a lot of people knew me from that, and that was a great experience. But there was something about doing Roxy that was so right for the time, and so right with what I wanted to put out into the world.
Okay.
I'm so thankful for it. And not only that, but my boyfriend, who's in the back watching some TV, watching the news probably. Um, we were not dating each other at the time, but we worked together for 10 years,
Okay.
and we had such a great working relationship. And we had known each other probably 20 years before that, but it brought me a lot. That this particular job on One Life to Live brought me a lot. And we were so devastated when it was pulled off the air.
I was devastated too. I know you were because you was the actress, but I still watch General Hospital and uh Young and the Restless, but it's nothing like One Life to Live. One Life to Live had all the characters that I love from Todd and every. Oh my God, y'all was
Yeah.
like your whole crew was beautiful and
It truly was, and I miss
yeah.
them, and I miss them every day. I did General Hospital for a while as Delia. I came on and I played uh, well, Maura West. What does she play? Ava. I played Ava's mother.
Ava's mom.
Ava's mother, but the type of work that I do has a lot of humor to it, and that
Mm-hmm.
show is it's kind of dry.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of dry, and I think I could have done some fantastic things on it, but I don't know if that was what was wanted. I'm not sure.
So, which show did you enjoy doing the most? You said I know you said One Life to Live, but I know Ryan's Hope. Which one was like
Well, my
really
last 4 years of Ryan's Hope, I had a blast. My
okay?
last 4 years. The first 3.5 years I did was fantastic, except that it was such hard work, and they'd always have me crying. And I was such a kind of happy-go-lucky person that it was really, it was so physically difficult to cry all the time and to become hysterical. But my last 4 years of Ryan's Hope, I had some incredibly fun stuff. And Delia she had an antique clothing store. So that was kind of great. So my
Mm-hmm.
last 4 years of that, and then the whole 10 years of One Life to Live. Sometimes, I would just be so happy going to work, even if it was snowing outside. It's like I couldn't wait to get there.
That's
You
beautiful. I love hearing about it because once I heard that I was interviewing, I was like, I remember her. She was one of my favorites on the show. I wanted to ask you, do you see any part of Roxy, the character in you, um,
If I
as
get drunk, I don't get drunk that often, but if I do, um, there's a good time person in me. I
okay,
like to have a good time, and I try to amuse people as much as possible. So I kind of feel like Roxy, whether she knew she was amusing people or not, I think sometimes she really did know that she was entertaining people, and I kind of like to entertain people. So I think I was more similar to Roxy than Delia, because Delia
okay.
was this desperate child woman, and it was difficult. It was a phenomenal experience. Ryan's Hope was one of the best shows ever, ever, ever written, especially the first 4 years of it. It was like,
I remember it.
yeah, it was like doing a play. And the actors that I was working with, and the same thing with the One Life to Live people, these were a lot of them were stage actors, as I was.
Okay,
I started off doing Broadway shows.
okay,
So my orientation was stage.
okay. That was gonna be my next question. Did you ever do Broadway?
Oh, yeah. No, I did a Broadway show when I was 15 years old called,
Okay,
and I was a professional dancer at the time at 15. And it was a show that Michael Bennett, who later did Dreamgirls and then did
okay.
Chorus Line, he was the choreographer of that. Uh, he's no longer alive, but that was an amazing experience. It was a very difficult experience when you're 15 and you're kind of treated like an adult and you're not quite ready to be an adult. But a really great experience I had. I was in the very original Company of Grease on Broadway.
Okay.
So I played Patty Simcox, the cheerleader,
Okay.
and
I'm a, do
that
they
was
still
amazing.
did she play in the original movie, right?
Well,
Patty?
no, in the
No?
movie there is, yes, Patty Simcox is in the movie,
Okay.
but it plays real differently. There's more to do in the stage version
Okay.
for Patty. Susan Buckner did Patty in the movie. Um, And, I had worked with John Travolta in the show, although he played the character of Duty. He played the real innocent one who sang Magic Changes. But he told everybody he was going to play Danny someday. He was going to play Danny Zuko
And
someday.
he got it.
God, he did.
Yes, he did. Is
And
there any roles that you have taken on that you may have felt were something that you really didn't want to do, but you did it anyway because you wanted to just try it? Or
I've been
do you
lucky.
oh okay, okay.
I've been really lucky. I mean, I
Good.
have to say, my first week of Greece doing this cheerleader role, I was not happy about that at all because, as I say, I never in Brooklyn where I grew up, I don't remember any cheerleaders. So I was like a jazz kid. I listened to jazz music.
Yes,
I took
okay.
jazz classes. I was a rock and roll kid. I just the whole cheerleader kind of goody two shoes. So my first week of rehearsal was so difficult. And I write about it. There's a book that's out called Grease, Tell Me More, Tell Me More. And I write all about that experience of like I knew I could do the audition for it. and convinced them that I could play this cheerleader. And then all of a sudden, on my first day of work, I went, I don't want to play the cheerleader. I want to play one of the pink ladies. I want to smoke cigarettes and I want to chew bubble gum, and all of a sudden I'm like, I'm there with pom-poms and saying like, goodness gracious, Sandy.
You
And like,
still remember the lines. Cool.
expression, goodness gracious in my life,
Did you have a lot of lines or did you have small lines? And
I had I had a good amount of lines
okay.
for Patty. It was not as big a part as a lot of the other characters were, but there was enough there, and I had a bit of dancing to do in it, and I had to sing a song. Well, I had a song called Yuck, Yuck, Yeeuugh, and it was cut after the first preview.
Oh,
And anybody can see that on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Kristen sings Yuck, Yeeuggh.
I'm gonna
It's
have to go
pretty
check
funny.
that out. I'm
Really,
gonna have to check it out.
it's
I
pretty
saw a
funny.
clip of you with Snoop Dogg. He was on a pilot of what show was that? Tell us
Well,
about.
I did a scene with Snoop Dogg on One Life.
I saw that. He had
Yeah,
the little
where I
two
did a
braids.
snizzles. I don't know what do you call the rhymes? Snizzle rhyme?
I can't do it,
I
although
got you, Roxy, because I'm gonna wait. They call me Roxy because I'm foxy. I'm the nozzle of the schnozzle of the fun, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, drop it like it's hot.
I saw it and I was like, I have to ask her about that. How was that
Oh
working with
my
the
God,
great Snoop
I'm
Dogg?
in love with him.
He's a cool
I'm
guy, huh?
in love with him. We had a whole long conversation because both of us were not on set at that, for part of the day. And I got to really sit and talk with him. And he was such a fan. He was such a fan of One Life. And I believe his mother was. And I don't know. I just adore him. And I think he's so good. He's
You
so good.
guys, you
He's so
guys looked like you had a lot of fun on that
believe,
scene.
trust me.
I was cracking up. I watched it on YouTube and I was like, I have to ask her about this. And I know we're gonna have to get into your music because you have some music and I listened to some of it and I love your voice. I love
Oh,
it. I didn't even know you could sing until I watched the YouTube. I'm like, oh my God, she has a beautiful voice. It's amazing. How about you tell us some about your music and
okay.
how long you've been singing and I heard you have a project coming out, so tell us a little bit about that and where we can look for it and find it at.
Well, it's on Amazon.
There's
It was on iTunes, but for some reason it disappeared from iTunes. It's on Spotify. It came out a bunch of years ago, but I've been lucky because I'm asked to perform in other people's shows, so I always come on and I do my original stuff. Um, so I've gotten kind of a lot of mileage out of my writing, which I think I'm a decent writer. Right after 9/11, I wrote the song Flesh and Blood that's on the album. And it was really about standing in front of the fire department when people were like putting flowers and candles. And the song just kind of was almost like delivered to me. It was delivered to me. I went home and I wrote, a candle burns on a city street, a flower grows in September heat, a universe in a small rosebud, flesh and blood. And we lost so many people that day, and we lost so many firemen. And and I've lost a lot of friends. And so whenever there's a memorial,
All right.
I've been asked to sing a song.
All right. Hey, we
Hi.
had a little technical difficulty with
Oh,
Meelah, but I'm here with you.
okay.
All right. So we're gonna get into some of your music. I want you to introduce the first one, which is 5 o'clock. Tell us about it.
5 o'clock shadow.
Yes.
Uh, Okay. Well, I always wanted to write a song about 5 o'clock shadow. And a 5 o'clock shadow is the stubble that a guy gets at 5 o'clock. And so I was inspired by Peggy Lee's song Fever, the song "You Give Me Fever," and it was a
Mm.
snap song, So I thought about the songs that I like, and so 5 o'clock shadow is my version of Fever, and it's about an attraction to my guy.
Got you. So let's get into it. 5 o'clock Shadow by Ilene Kristen. Hold on. Okay, I like that. I like that. So let me ask you a question. What made you, you're a amazing actor, but now you went into music. What made you do that? That
Well, no,
transition.
I've always been doing music. I've been in a lot of different bands. I used to write for. I was with a Brazilian band that played at SOB Sounds of Brazil. I used to write for them, and I grew up with a lot of Latin music. I danced with Tito Rodriguez and Tito Puente and Johnny Pacheco when I was 9 years old. So I've been around music. I started in rock bands back in the 70s. I've been writing since the 70s. I like doing my own songs. I'll do covers of certain songs, but generally speaking, I like to do my own material. I think it's really unique to me, and it's my way of expressing my thoughts and
Yeah.
feelings. I've been doing that for a while. I've been doing
Mm.
that for a while, and of course, I sang in Greece and everything. I've been singing a long time.
Long
And
time.
it's funny because I don't even refer to myself as a singer. I refer to myself as a thinger. Thinger. I have a thing, and it's my thing.
It's your niche.
It's So it makes me unique.
Okay, so I want to get into old school things.
Oh, good.
Tell me about that.
Okay, well, this was the last song I wrote on the album, and I wanted to pay homage to all the songs that I love. Steely Dan, Stevie Wonder, Al Green, the things that I grew up with that affected me, and how music has changed a lot. There's a line in it. Don't we live in interesting times? Half our lives are spent online.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
that life has changed so much. You know, it used to be I had an album, you know, there were albums, you know, I used to go to the album and buy an album or buy a CD. I used to go to Tower Music all the time. And then all that changed.
Yeah.
But, you know, the fact that Stevie Wonder doesn't have a hit song out right now, it makes me angry. It makes me sad. I mean, we listen to his music all the time on, you know,
Yeah.
on the radio, on the oldie stations, but why should Stevie Wonder have to be on an oldie station?
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, that doesn't
It
sit
doesn't.
well with me. So
Yeah. Especially one of the greatest.
I wrote this as an homage to Prince, to Soul Train. You know, I grew up I watched Soul Train every Saturday. I watched Dick Clark, but I loved Soul Train, and uh, you know, I saw that was the song is really dedicated to all those people.
Okay, so let's get in old school thing.
Rewinding way back when, Billy dancing, do it again. Sweet moments that I miss, you and me dancing to Princess Kiss. I smile when people say things were better back in the day when Stevie Wonder would sing. Don't you worry about a thing. Second Avenue running wild. You calm me down with ooh, child. Years later, you realize the truth. I kinda miss that cornerstone booth. So let's go back to the day when we worked hard and played. And I slipped into a trance when I fell in love with you, Dan. Take me back to that old. Take me back to that old school thing. Take me back to that old. Take me back to that old school thing.
Never hit. I'm just like banger after banger. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
That was definitely a great song right there.
Oh, thank you.
The only reason why I'm giving them clips is because I want them to go get your music,
Yeah.
support. Let them know where they can find it.
It's on Amazon. Just go to Eileen Kristen. I'm not done with you yet. If you just put in Eileen Kristen, it'll come up, and with that album cover, and it's on Spotify. And I thought it was on iTunes, but I don't even know if iTunes is iTunes anymore. Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry about that. I had a little issue with my laptop. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I was
I
a
was
little
over-
worried.
I'm over here sweating now because I'm like, oh my goodness.
Well, you know, with those nails, you know, you probably pressed something wrong. I know you did.
I was over here a little nervous. I may have because I was so excited that I was talking with you. I may have, but I don't know. I think it was something going on because everything kind of went out. So they've been having a couple of power outages over here where I'm at.
Really?
So it's all week we've been experiencing rolling blackouts. So I apologize to you.
Oh no, that's okay. That's scary though. You know, where are you in Oakland?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. I'm glad Dom was able to hop on and save my life. Because I definitely.
Thank you, Miss Irene. I appreciate it. I'm gonna leave y'all to close out.
Thank you.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
Did we play your track yet?
We played 5 o'clock Shadow.
Okay.
We played Old School Thing. If you want to get into Lions Den before we go, that works with me.
We could get into Lions then. I would love to hear because I didn't get a chance to hear the other track because I was blacked out. So I would love to.
So, Miss Irene, just let us know what you were thinking about when you did Lions Den before we go.
Okay, well, Lion's Den, I wrote it for my a birthday. I won't say what birthday, but like, I was doing a gig that night. I had a whole show that night, and I knew everybody was going to sing happy birthday to me, but I figured I'd one up them by singing my own birthday song to myself. And I'm a Leo,
I was just
and
gonna ask. I was gonna ask.
I'm a Leo,
Mm,
and but sometimes life is scary, and you're walking into incidences that are like walking into the lion's den, and I wanted to be brave. I really feel it's important to be brave, even though life is kind of scary. And as you get older, it's scarier in a different kind of way. Like
definitely.
sometimes your friends are dying, but I just want to be brave. I just want to know that I've done everything I can do and be brave. So that's what Lion's Den is about.
Okay. So let's get into Lions Den right now.
The best of plans have just been laid to rest. With every birthday comes another quest. Yeah, I promise I won't act my age if you promise to rattle my cage. Now and then you gotta step into the lion's den. Count to 10. Step into the lion's den. I'm scared of things like I never was before. I'm just a stray cat looking for a roar. Yeah, so take me out on the prowl. I promise I'm gonna get my own ground. Now and then you gotta step into the lion's den.
I love that
Okay, I
that
like
that
it. I
whole
like
jazz
it.
feel.
I was about to say I like it.
I was like, okay, okay.
I
Thank
like
you. Thank you.
so,
Thank you. Thank you.
so I wanted to ask. Do we have a caller? We have a caller.
Call from Terrence Russoni.
Mr. Russ, how you doing?
I just want to say that this is show business right here. I'm fine. This is show business right here. This is show business. The great Ilene, Kristen, this is show business. She's known me since I was a little boy, and I'm 150 today. And it's just an honor to actually come from where I've come from and be able to meet the people that I've been able to meet. And Ilene, I met her in 1988, and she was so cool. She let me come into her home, didn't know who I was. Her and Cheryl Lee Roth are crazy. They just invite me over to their homes. And for me, who is just crazy about show business and entertainment and artists, this woman epitomizes an artist. She reminds me of Montgomery Clift because she's in the business but not of the business. She plays the rules the way she wants to play it. She's her own person. That's what I love about her. And I'm just telling all you young kids out there, if you want to know about show business, Google, YouTube, Ilene Kristen, learn something, because she's it. Or as Quincy Jones would say, Yeah, she's just the real deal. She's the real deal, baby. She's it. So I had to call in because I was moved, and I just need to let the world know, people listening around the world, this is the real deal. You go back of the work that she's done on television, seeing if you've seen her on Broadway. This is show business. This is Milton Berle. This is Montgomery Clift. This is a survivor. She's not just a survivor, but a thriver in this business. And sometimes you probably might think I'm a know-it-all, but I love her, and she's one of the reasons that people like me, who like to rep people and help people in this business, do this. And Montgomery Clift wasn't the most easiest actor to get along with, but marvelous. And that's Ilene, Kristen, everybody. And Ilene, I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life. And Meelah, Dawn, this is show business. This is. Sorry to Matt Fink, but this is better than the Revolution. This is showbiz, because she's someone I could say I kind of know. And so thank you, Ilene, and thank you for sharing your gift as an artist with us and not playing the game and doing it the way you want to do it. She does it her way. You should go out with that song, My Way. Thank you. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Meelah. Thank you, Ilene. Looking very rock and roll, Ilene, with that hair. I'm thinking Van Halen's going to step in at some point in time and start rocking with you. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the hair. There we go, baby. Rock and roll. And hopefully me and Ilene could find ourselves in the studio. We got to do something creative one day. But get on with it, Meelah. You're doing a fantastic job, baby.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
You're
calling.
welcome. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
You got it. Hold on.
So
Sweet.
I'm gonna say thank you again. I appreciate you coming on.
We did
My
that.
pleasure.
Meelah, I'm gonna let you close your show out, and thank you again. Appreciate you.
I want to say thank you once again to you, Miss Ilene, for coming and talking to us. I apologize once again for my
Oh, don't
camera,
be
for
silly.
my
You
phone,
came
but
back.
I have enjoyed talking to you. Like I said, I hope I get a chance to talk to you again, because there's so much more
Anytime.
I would like to find out. And I just want you to know that I'm going to listen to your album. I'm going to go download it. Is it out now?
Oh,
It's out
yeah,
now,
it's
right?
on Amazon.
Okay.
It's on
Okay.
Amazon. You can
I'm
find
gonna go download it and I'm gonna listen to it. So the next time we talk, we can talk about this album of yours. And keep up the good work. I really do appreciate you coming on, and I hope you have a blessed evening. Go
Thank you.
watch some news with your
Let me just
boyfriend.
say that if anybody's on 42nd Street and 11th Avenue Friday night at 7 o'clock, I will be sitting in with a friend of mine, Nelson Aspen, at it's called the Green Room on 42nd. I think we're sold out, but if you're around, they may let you stand at the bar.
Hey, y'all go check it out. And don't forget to call in next time to the industry. And don't forget to hit that Cash App button. We would love for you to hit that Cash App button. Once again, we thank you, Miss Ilene,
My
Kristen,
pleasure.
for coming to the industry to share with us some of your wisdom and let us know about your music, and just going back and reaching back and talking about One Life to Live, which was my favorite soap. So you have a blessed one, and I hope to talk to you again.
Absolutely. Whenever you want.
You guys stay cool, and hope to see you guys next Wednesday on the industry. I'm Meelah Mahassan, and we're out. Thank you.